Today, something happened that should have been impossible. My grandma, who passed away years ago, predicted every detail of it in a letter she wrote decades back. Not just the place, not just the time. She predicted the betrayal too, including the name of the person who would turn against me. Before I begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a story like this. My name is Evelyn Hart, and I've always believed that the past stays where it belongs. Quiet, harmless, forgotten. But today, I learned the past doesn't disappear. Sometimes it waits, sometimes it warns, and sometimes it returns to settle a score. My grandmother, Margaret Hart, was the kind of woman everyone admired. Sharp, organized, always thinking 10 steps ahead. When she passed away 8 years ago, my family found dozens of journals, letters, and little notes tucked inside recipe books and photo albums. Everyone assumed she just liked writing things down. No one thought much of it. But last night, while cleaning my attic, I found something strange wedged behind an old wooden trunk. It was a sealed envelope, yellowed at the edges, with my name written in her handwriting. I froze. Why would she hide a letter meant for me? Why wasn't it given to me when she passed? I sat on the attic floor, dust swirling around me, and tore it open. The first line made my heart skip a beat. Evelyn, this letter must be opened on the day the truth finally shows itself. I frowned. What truth? Why today? The letter continued in her calm, elegant handwriting. Someone close to you will pretend to protect you while quietly working against you. You will see their mask fall exactly 8 years after my passing. I stared at the date at the top of the letter. She wrote it precisely 8 years ago. To the day. A chill ran down my spine. I kept reading. When the betrayal unfolds, you will be at your workplace. You will hear raised voices. You will smell something burning. And you will finally understand who has been waiting to take what is yours. It sounded impossible. A prediction? A warning? I convinced myself it was a coincidence. My grandma was wise, but she wasn't a fortune teller. I folded the letter and slipped it in my bag, promising myself I'd reread it later. At that moment, I had no idea how accurate her words were, or how dangerous the day would become. The next morning began like any other. I worked at a design studio, modern, quiet, mostly peaceful. My coworker and friend Lena greeted me with her usual warm smile. She and I had joined the company at the same time, and I always believed we had each other's backs. But something felt off today. Her smile didn't reach her eyes. Around noon, as I was preparing a presentation for our biggest client, I heard the sound of raised voices coming from the meeting room down the hall. I froze. My grandmother's words echoed in my mind. You will hear raised voices. I shook my head. Probably just a coincidence. Offices get loud. People disagree. That's normal. But then, a burning smell wafted from the kitchen area. It smelled like something left too long on the stove, or a heating coil overheating. My heart pounded so hard I felt it in my throat. Raised voices, burning smell, today. Exactly 8 years. I walked toward the meeting room, cautiously peeking through the slightly open door. Inside, my boss, Mr. Collins, was speaking harshly while Lena stood beside him holding a folder. My project, my months of work. She wasn't defending me. She wasn't speaking up for me. She was taking credit. My grandmother's words echoed again. Someone close to you will pretend to protect you while quietly working against you. My chest tightened. I pushed the door open. What's going on? I asked, trying to keep my tone steady. Lena turned slowly, her face carefully blank. "Oh, Evelyn, I was just showing your project. You weren't here, so I stepped in." Stepped in? No, this wasn't help. This was theft. My boss crossed his arms. "Lena tells me she developed the concept. I'm impressed." I looked at her, my friend, whose eyes were cold, calculating, confident I would stay silent. Memories flashed in my mind. The missing project files, the strange email she swore she didn't send, the way she always insisted she helped me with presentations. It wasn't bad luck. It was her. All along. She had been setting me up to fail while making herself look like a savior. My grandmother's letter was right. Every word. I inhaled slowly. "Actually," I said, "that's not true." Lena's jaw tightened. My boss raised an eyebrow. "Go on." I opened my laptop and pulled up every document, every timestamp, every sketch and draft I'd created. I listed days, meetings, saved backups. I showed emails and messages. Each piece was a nail in the coffin of Lena's lies. She tried to interrupt, but I spoke over her. "For months," I said firmly, "someone has been quietly undermining my work. Someone who pretended to be my friend." Lena's face shifted. Anger, then panic, then a cold expression I'd never seen before. She grabbed the folder from my boss's hand and hissed, "You think you're the only one who deserves success?" Her tone made my boss step back slightly. It was over for her, and she knew it. Within an hour, HR was involved. Evidence was collected, calls were made. Lena's entire pattern, my deleted files, the accidental mistakes, the copied ideas, came out. But the final twist came when they checked security footage. A week earlier, she had accessed my desk after hours. 30 minutes, camera facing directly at her, clear as day. She wasn't just stealing my work. She was planning to replace me. Grandma saw this coming. Somehow, some way. By the end of the day, Lena was escorted out of the building. She didn't look at me when she passed. Or maybe she did. Maybe she wanted me to feel guilty for exposing her. But I didn't. I only felt the warm, steady presence of someone who had been gone for years, guiding me even from the past. That night, I sat on my balcony, the old letter in my hands. The last line said, "Evelyn, when the day arrives, do not be afraid. The truth will free you and finally repay what was taken from our family years ago." I didn't understand what had been taken. Not yet. But now I was ready to find out. If my grandmother saw this betrayal coming, what else had she known? And what else was waiting for me? Because her final words felt less like a warning and more like a beginning.